I want to make something very clear before this gets any more dramatic than it already is. I wasn't attacking anyone. I wasn't resisting. I wasn't glowing, chanting, or summoning cosmic lightning. I was standing exactly where they told me to stand. The assessment chamber was enormous, circular, and unnecessarily intimidating. Tiered seating wrapped around a recessed floor marked with a glowing ring. The air smelled sharp, like overheated electronics mixed with something biological that made my sinuses itch. An instructor with gray skin, a long angular face, and eyes that blinked in the wrong order pointed at the circle and said, "Human. Stand there." So I did. That was apparently step 1 in a standard combat aptitude scan, something all exchange students went through. I'd been told not to worry about it. Humans, according to the orientation briefing, were considered a low-risk species. Adaptable, curious, fragile. Academically interesting, physically irrelevant. The instructor, Commandant Virex, paced slowly around me, for amber eyes flicking between me and the floating holographic display beside her head. Her tail twitched constantly, like it had opinions it wasn't sharing. Blue veins glowed faintly beneath her skin, which I tried very hard not to stare at. I failed immediately. "Remain still," she said. "I am still," I replied. "You are inhaling." "Yes. That's ongoing." Her jaw tightened. Somewhere above us, a technician began the scan. Pillars around the circle hummed to life, projecting soft blue light that washed over my body. It felt warm. Comforting, even. Like standing under sunlight filtered through glass. The holographic display flickered. Commandant Virex stopped walking. That's when the gallery got quiet. "Run it again," she said. The technician hesitated. "Commandant," the scan completed normally. "Run it again." The light intensified. The display updated. Symbols flashed. Several turned red. I raised my hand. "Is red bad?" "Because red is usually bad." Nobody answered. Virex's tail went completely still. Later, I'd learned that for her species, a motionless tail meant one thing: catastrophic data processing. "Explain these readings," she said. The technician's voice cracked. "Regeneration rates exceed expected parameters. Pain suppression, beyond calibrated thresholds." "That's impossible," she snapped. "Humans are not combat organisms." "I play recreational sports," I offered. Her eyes locked onto me. Slowly. Carefully. "Who authorized this scan?" she asked the room. The technician swallowed. "Commandant, the system auto-classified the subject as founder level." Every alien in the chamber stopped breathing. I frowned. "Is that like advanced placement?" The room didn't explode into chaos right away. First, it stalled, like reality buffering. Commandant Virex stared at the holographic display as if sheer disbelief might cause the numbers to apologize and change. Her veins brightened from calm blue to a sharp, electric glow. The technician above us began typing faster than I thought physically possible. "Founder-level entities are theoretical," Virex said slowly. "They do not exist in measurable space." The technician nodded frantically. "Yes, Commandant. That is correct." "Then why," she continued, her voice dropping into something dangerous, "does this human exceed battleform maximums?" I looked down at myself. Same shoes. Same jacket. Slightly nervous posture. Nothing godlike that I could tell. The display scrolled. "Impact resistance, exceeds maximum. Thermal tolerance, exceeds maximum. Toxin resistance, exceeds maximum. Pain response suppression, exceeds maximum." The technician made a noise that sounded like his soul quietly exiting his body. "Commandant," he whispered, "the scanner was calibrated to military entities." "To what level?" "Krythak siege organisms." The gallery erupted. Aliens stood up. Some backed away. One simply fainted and slid out of their seat like gravity had given up on them. "That's ridiculous," Virex said. "Humans are biologically unstable. They die from dehydration and emotional stress. We also survive things we shouldn't," I said helpfully. "Like poison. And broken bones. And, most of history." She turned to me, eyes narrowing. "You deliberately consume toxins." "Caffeine is mandatory," I replied. "Alcohol is optional. Dairy is a gamble." Her expression shifted. Confusion. Horror. Something almost like awe. The display changed color. Gold. The entire readout turned a deep, luminous gold that filled the chamber with reflected light. The technician dropped to his knees. "Founder confirmation protocol engaged," he said. "Data forwarded to Central Command automatically." Virex spun on him. "You were instructed to contain." A chime echoed through the chamber. Then alarms began, not loud, but constant. Personal devices across the gallery buzzed and chirped as notifications spread faster than panic ever could. I watched one alien check their screen. Look at me. Look back at the screen. Then sit down very carefully, as if afraid standing might offend me. "What did I eat for breakfast?" Virex asked suddenly. "Cereal. Protein bar." She closed her eyes. Somewhere far away, something fundamental about the universe had just broken. And all I'd done was stand in a circle. By the time armed security arrived, the assessment chamber was already lost. 15 soldiers stormed in, weapons raised, veins glowing combat red. Every single barrel pointed directly at my chest. "Founder-level entity," the lead officer barked. "You are detained under emergency protocol." "I'm not resisting," I said quickly. "I promise. I'm very cooperative." Commandant Virex stepped in front of me, arms spread. "This human is under my jurisdiction." "The data has reached Central Command," a new voice said calmly. An older Valoran entered, his uniform heavy with insignia. His veins glowed steady gold, the same color as the scan. "Admiral," Virex said stiffly. The Admiral studied me. Not with fear. With professional exhaustion. "So," he said, "you're the human. I have a name." "I'm sure you do." He explained the situation efficiently. My scan had triggered automatic alerts across military, political, and theological systems. Communication channels were overloaded. Emergency councils were forming. Ancient doctrines were being re-evaluated by people who hadn't expected to question them today. "Things classified as impossible," he said, "tend to destabilize systems built on certainty." I was escorted through the academy. Chaos followed us. Aliens cried. Some prayed. One small, fuzzy creature threw itself at my feet and begged for wisdom. "Please don't," I said. I barely passed math. The biological analysis confirmed it wasn't a mistake. No enhancements. No mutations. No divine interference. Just, human. "They injure themselves constantly," a technician whispered. "And continue functioning. They poison themselves recreationally," another added. "They heal." The Admiral listened. Then looked at me. "You are not an anomaly," he said quietly. "You are representative." On a screen nearby, the Galactic Council argued. Shouted. Fainted. Someone suggested humans might be descendants of the founders. Someone else demanded Earth be quarantined immediately. I ate a sandwich while this happened. 3 days later, they let me attend classes again. Not because things were resolved, but because keeping me locked up was causing riots. Humanity was officially reclassified as a major species, existential consideration required. All because I stood in a circle. My first real class after the incident was Introductory Galactic Navigation. I took notes. Bad ones. The professor spoke too fast and used equations with extra dimensions. The students around me kept glancing over like I might ascend mid-lecture. One asked if it was true humans could survive vacuum. For about a minute, I said. Uncomfortably. She had a panic attack. Later, the technician, Malik, found me in the concourse. He looked calmer. Resigned. My entire career was built on threat classification, he said. And your species invalidates all of it. I'm just here for the exchange program, I said. He nodded slowly. That may be the most unsettling part. Humanity hadn't changed. The galaxy's understanding of reality had. As I walked to my next class, students parted around me. Not in fear. In uncertainty. I wasn't a god. I didn't want to be. I just wanted lunch. And maybe to join a club. Apparently, that was terrifying enough.